I've mentioned it in countless videos and in countless blogs. There's no point in setting a machine up to pass a test if you can't take those settings straight out into the field and hunt. Now, all of my above ground demonstrations, all of the machines that I'm using are set up to how I have them out in the fields, okay? I'm not setting any machine up to pass a test. If I can't use the settings that I'm using on these demonstrations out in the field, then it's completely irrelevant. All of the V3s that were manufactured from January 2023, you don't have to touch the disc dial at all when you're using low frequency coils. What I'm going to do, I'll merge this footage in, so I'm going to just show you where the disc is, okay? So it's on 0, yeah, it's on 0. You don't have to move it when you're using low frequency coils. With the high frequency coils, you have to set the discrimination, which obviously suits the ground that you're on. Now, in my last video, I actually demonstrated disking out one specific iron nail, and the machine would knock out big chunks of iron. And if it did hit on a real large chunks of iron, again, the machine's telling you with the VCO on the edge of the coil, okay? So what I'm going to do, this is a 13-inch double D, this is a 7 kilohertz coil. So in theory, you know, not very effective when it comes to unmasking. Like I said, it's a default setting, 0 disc. There's no, well, that's it. There's nothing else. It's 0, you know. So what's the machine capable of on 0 disc? Here I've got a lot of iron that I found on the river. Actually, I got a stack of iron that I found on the river. I could keep going. I think you get my point. So on 0 disc, it deals with large iron. Move that out the way. I've got my penny here. I'm going to cover it completely. So basically, default disc with low frequency coils is 0. So you can't actually set it up, to pass a test. It is what it is when you're using these low frequency coils. So covered that coin right up, okay? And like I said, this machine is set up to go hunting. I can hop in my car now and go and metal detect 7 kilohertz double D coil. It's seeing the coin. Let's put those crossways. A bit fiddly. So it's still giving a positive hit. Now if I take that out, Nothing. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to cover it completely and stack up as much as I can. Again, the disc is on 0. You can't actually mess with it. You know, if you're on extreme sites where the iron's pretty crazy, you wouldn't be using a low frequency double D anyway. But what this is just kind of showing you that even with low frequency coils, where the disc is basically defaulted at a setting of 0, it can still see through iron to a coin. Like I said, there's no tricks, there's never any tricks. And if you watch all my videos and you listen to what I'm saying and you read the blogs, you'll realise that there are no tricks. Still seeing the coin. Zero disc. Okay, we're getting a little bit crazy now. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. I might just balance that again. I'll cut this footage in so you can see exactly what we're dealing with. Yeah, so it's rather a pile either side. Still seeing it. Yeah, so just to clarify, the disc is set to 0 with low frequency coils on the V3, okay? So you don't adjust it, you just leave it as is. And I've demonstrated to you the size of the iron it knocks out. I've demonstrated to you its ability to see a coin pretty much buried in iron. And that is a 7 kilohertz coil, it's a double D coil. It's designed for depth, but with the default disc setting, it can still see a coin under a huge mound of iron nails. And that's it. Chances of coming across a coin under a mountain of iron nails in the wild, debatable. And a very just quick one before I go. How does this translate to 3D unmasking? Exactly the same setup. 7 kilohertz, default disc at 0, coin. This is a 6 centimeter elevation. Remember, with a double D, you can't really rotate. You know, whack a concentric coil on this same machine and you'll be able to rotate. But that's elevated, that's directly over the coin and they're elevated 6 centimeters. If I take that out, Nothing. Put it back in. Let's just make sure that there's not any real gaps. 6 centimeter elevation, 13-inch double D, 7 kilohertz, default disc of 0. Zero tricks, as always, actually.